Good day to all, and welcome back to another Music Monday with your host, Nicholas Thompson. It has been a while, I should say, and I wanted to add that this Music Monday is going to be a bit different. Of course, I will be discussing and talking about music that I have listened to from the previous week, but this will be off the cuff and non-scripted. What I mean by that is it's not going to be as organised and as choreographed as previous episodes. This is just a time, what's the word I'm looking for? This is to save a bit of time since I have been a while and been away for a while. I would like to start off by discussing my absence from the music area, and I would like to state that I wanted to take a little break from the music and listen to music and reviewing it to get a let's say like a rebirth of understanding the music that I listen to for entertainment purposes, and I think that it's been helpful. It's been a bit extensive. It's been expanded my break. I think I was supposed to take a week off. I took two, and I again apologise for that. But I'm back, and I've got some somewhat recommendations. This week it's going to be more just conversational. I'll just chat about what I've listened to instead of going from one recommendation to another. So let's start. Let's start off with the first of what I wanted to discuss. What I've listened to, what I've enjoyed with listening use is one of those nights by the Eagles. I was listening to that whilst I from this week, and I really enjoyed that. It was one of the last of the Eagles music that I was listening for some background. I've been getting into a lot of rock and roll classic rock bands like Motley Crue, Zeppelin, AC/DC, Black Sabbath. You know what I mean. And I selected four of the finest pieces of work from each favourite band, and I listened to it. And this was the last of one of, I think, the Eagles' greatest albums from that era. Uh, One of those nights with the title song I really enjoyed, and some of the songs that were in the album I enjoyed. So yeah, and another thing that I've been getting into, what I really enjoyed and really found like great, is TV themes and intros from classic television programs, such as some programs from, I would say, like from the 60s to the 80s. So like The Man from Uncle and Knight Rider and what else? What's his name? What was it? Kojak. Yes, and I think TV themes are one of the greatest ways to get into a television program. It gives you a stepping stone on giving you a glance of a little glance of what the TV show might contain and what the story might be. Who's the characters? Who's the cast? And etc. So yeah, I've been listening to the Knight Rider theme, Kojak. That's a brilliant theme. And I love that it builds before watching the program. It also builds like hype for the program ahead. So I think that TV themes, yeah, are so great. And discussing television themes. Another thing that I was listening to was the Dukes of the Dukes of Hazzard album. That is a compilation collaborations of multiple various artists. It's an album of a lot of it's an album mostly full with songs that is surrounded about the Dukes of Hazzard show. If you don't know what the Dukes of Hazzard is, to give you some glances, with two cousins who get into trouble with the law, and they just go on random cool adventures. And yeah, and some of my favorite tunes or songs that were in this album was The General Lee by Johnny Cash, the theme tune to Dukes of Hazzard by the great late Waylon Jennings, and Dueling, was it the Dueling Dukes, which is like, it's just like it's really good. So yeah, also Boss Hogg, which is a bit the main protagonist and villain of the series. So yeah. Another great thing that I was listening to, another thing that I enjoyed listening to was It Girl by Alizi Lingo, and I think this is a great song because from what I've been hearing, a lot of songs most recently have been mostly like how can I say this? But mostly TikTok short songs, like for today. Like this will be the only modern song that I've been discussing, I think. And what would I mean by how can I extend upon what I meant? I mean like they're meant for social media use. They're not meant for really listening to. I think this song is a example of that. But I think it's just a great tune to listen to get hype and feel good. It makes you feel you're that person, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the first pieces of work from the artist, and I hope that she does more work and more songs like this. So yeah, uh, enjoyed that. Another song that I enjoyed listening to, another thing that I thought was brilliant. I've recently been getting into a universe, like a multiverse or series of movies and TVs and books called Highlander, which is about immortals who fight to the death, and they tell there's only one. Most famous for having Sean Connery and Christopher Lambert in them, and the main theme of the first film is "Who Wants to Live Forever" by Queen. Um, I think that was one of the best. Like I loved that song when I first listened to it. And I heard the song first before I heard of the movies and series. And I think the song suits so well with the series or the movies because the universe is set about these immortals who live forever for hundreds of years. And that song sums it up perfectly in a audio based way. So yeah. And what else? Also, a personal note. I've recently been going to the gym in my local area, and I've been listening. I've been. I don't like. How can I say? I don't really like the gym music. Like, like the beats doesn't really. I like listening to like a story driven story with an album. I like listening to an album whilst doing something. So my recommendation, if you didn't like listen to just random beats and just nothing, or you like listen to like a highly a high energy vibrant tune to get you pumped iron for the gym, I would recommend the one of the best series of soundtracks I've ever heard. That is the Walkie tracks. I've seen Walkie from Walkie 4. All the soundtracks are excellent for like listening to the gym to put them in your ears and just go out and do your exercise. And I think that is just yeah. The first Walkie song, the first soundtrack album. It's amazing that like that the Stallone put so much effort in the music as much as he did for the films, as like because you can still understand what the stories are through the music. You don't really need to watch Walkie. If you never heard of Walkie and you listen to the soundtracks, you still get an understanding of what the stories are containing. So yeah, Walkie 1, just brilliant soundtrack. 2, 3 and 4, just brilliant. And if you like some suggesting more stuff like that, I would suggest the Creed movie soundtracks, Creed 1, 2 to 3, and I think uh, they're brilliant for gym and doing stuff when you're at the gym. It's great listening to them. So yeah, moving forward, I was talking previously. I'm trying to get into like bands, walk and roll bands, uh, like I mentioned, Motley Crue, all like the big names. But I just finished listening to I was listening to the Led Zeppelin main 4 albums. You know, like there's Led Zeppelin 1, 2, and 3. Well, I just finished 3 and 4. I've got to say they're really good. They're really like great tunes and really vibrant and they tell a great story that the band I think tried to tell, and the art covers are great too. So I really enjoyed that. So yeah, one thing that I want to discuss in extent is that I've just listened to. I got a chance to. I don't know if you noticed, but RCA Records, who are the main titles owners of the Elvis archives, they've been not re-releasing, but like bringing Elvis stuff, but with the rehearsal recordings. And I was just listening to the Aloha from Hawaii via satellite deluxe edition, and I've got to say, see when you listen to a wee rehearse, it's a great because I should let you know a background for Elvis. Elvis people don't know, like, all Elvis's music is excellent. It's all good, except I did not know this till recently, but a lot of Elvis's work are dubbed. Like, they will take tunes and little beats and then dub them, or extend the points of the songs. Like, they'll add guitar solos, they'll add backing vocals, and yes, it does. I think work will depend on the songs, but some songs just to decrease in quality, because of this use of a dubbing. But the last pieces of work that they have released, I think, been, how can I say this? Well, they started doing this with the Jungle Room sessions, and I thought that was brilliant. And they did it with then they released the Nashville records, or the albums, which were between 1970 to like 72. Elvis released songs, particularly from Nashville recording studios. And I thought they were brilliant because they just took all the dubs out and just had the pure songs by themselves with Elvis singing and with the instruments that they had at the time. So yeah, yeah, like what I was saying. Yes, sorry about that. I lost focus. The Nashville recordings, yes. Yes, there was two albums that they released from that were supposed to be like the we recordings and rehearsals between 1970 to 72. And yeah, there was Elvis in Nashville. If you want to listen to Elvis in Nashville and Elvis back in Nashville, which I thought was terrific because it just took all the crap, really, like the stuff that the songs didn't really need, and they were just pure with beautiful piano playing, guitar, and the back and folds that were in the studio at the time. So yeah, and then they announced that they release some more, like they'll be releasing future re-recordings, and they released the Elvis album for the picture, and I thought that was brilliant. But now they released the on tour, which I thought was, it was okay. It was just mostly stuff because the on tour recordings have never been released, so it was exciting to hear all of those. But the Aloha sessions just wasn't good because they just, what they done is they just added. Elvis done the Aloha studio, the Aloha event 3 times. He done the rehearsal, he done the live event, and then he done the American live event. So there was three, and then he done extras in the back. He done extras afterwards, but they only released the 2 nights and the rehearsals from the weeks after the event. So I think it, like, now they're just, how can I say it? They've desaturated the quality because we just got what we had already. They didn't give us anything really new, which I know with pre-recordings or rehearsals or stuff that hasn't been released. I know folks say, there's a reason why the artist didn't release this because of reasons, but I think people should understand that Elvis has been dead for nearly 50 years, and I think whatever we've got on hand to listen to that haven't been released ever, we should get out there and let people hear it because we won't get a chance to hear anything new. We'll have to do with what we've got, and most likely, if there is pure original quality Elvis music that's still out there, that's pure, unlike the dub stuff that came out after the albums were released, I think we should give them a chance because, again, the Nashville albums were excellent because they didn't have the extra guitars or the vocalists or just the crap in them, and if they were good, there must be some pieces still out there in the archives that haven't been released. So yeah, I if I was RCA, I would release the Elvis concert from 1977, his last concert, because there are pre-recordings of that. Uh, yes, from 77, which there's like I've, and also I should mention that there's been releases of Elvis's live concerts that never have been heard from from the 70s, because a lot of his like 70s concerts, there's no video footage of his 70s concerts. There's only recordings. I think we should get those out as much as possible as we can. So yeah. So and plus with Elvis at this moment getting a wee birth with the movie with the Priscilla film that's coming out in the next few weeks or months or whatever it is, and I think Elvis at a hiatus, and I think that's perfect for his legacy. So yeah, I think yeah, that's my thoughts on the Aloha Deluxe Edition. I thought it was not as good as the Nashville albums, but yeah. So also I've been getting into some artists that I've been listening to, like artists like how can I say this like sorry for the clicking. That's what I do when I try to think. Yes, artists that I've been listening to. I've been getting into Barry White. I absolutely love Barry White. I love You're My Everything and Let the Music Play. I just love that jazz, discos, 70s stuff. I love it. And I just think it's warm and heart love. It's just so lovely. Also, another artist that I have been listening to that I didn't really like. Like I knew some of his stuff, but I didn't really like it. And that's Tony Christie. If you don't know who Tony Christie is that you Show Me the Way to Amarillo. You'll know that. And I did it for I did what I did for Maria. Yeah, that was it. And yeah, I've been loving Barry White. Who else I've been listening to? Oh, I'm going to get back into Dua Lipa because it's coming very close to the end of the year, and supposedly in the start of next year she'll be releasing her one, two, I think like a third or fourth studio album. That'll be very exciting, and yeah, and that's it for this week. Again, I do sincerely apologise for how this episode has went down. It's no give you, it's no recommendations or anything like that. But I wanted to change. I wanted to get an episode out this week. I didn't want to take a third week off from Music Monday. I wanted to get back in the stride, get back into place with Music Monday. Again, if you like to hear more about Music Monday, you can follow me on my socials. You will find them, or you can also should let you know that we're now on Spotify. You can find us on YouTube wherever you can. Uh, and if you have any thoughts on any music that you've listened to the previous week, you would like me to review and take an opinion upon, I'll leave it in the comments, depending on where you're listening this to. So yeah, thank you again for listening. You've been great. I hope to see you next week. Uh, let's see what happens. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Uh, good night. Goodbye. Good day. Whatever the hell. Hope you have a great time. Bye. I'll see you. I'll see you soon. Bye.